Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another, I'm not going to say short little unboxing, I've got another unboxing to share with you guys. All of these are, I'm pretty sure, from Kizer. It's, it's just funny at this point because the box that said I assumed this was some large thing that had something to do with a part we ordered for a home appliance. No, it was Kizer sending me the next round of stuff. So this is becoming a regular occurrence on the channel. It's funny, and I don't mind it from Kizer because the knives are usually at least mildly interesting and the value is always really good. And it's a whole bunch of stuff that I can give away, which is awesome. I do those giveaways on Friday evenings, usually at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not always Kizer, but Kizer does contribute a lot of stuff to those. Anyways, we're going to find out what's new for Kizer. I'll link everything down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. I did cut into one to kind of see. I was like, what is this? And I think that was, yeah, it was this one. That's what I found out. Some of this stuff appears to be themed. I think we'll start with the larger boxes. Those are usually fixed blades, and then we'll move on to the folding knives. Why not just start off with the one that's partially open? Oh boy, it's boo spooky ghost season. Sometimes the themed stuff from Kizer is awesome, and sometimes it's just, you know, it's kind of random. Okay? We have a Boo Scary Pumpkin fixed blade. That's fine. Probably very inexpensive. Nothing wrong with that. And, you know, Kizer makes really good quality products. Trick or treat. And they make good quality products. It's sometimes a little odd, but, you know, good quality. My guess is that this is a D2 fixed blade, maybe AEBL. Oh, it's an ABL. Okay, AEBL fixed blade, and the name of it is the Beaver 2. A nice Halloween beaver. Hold it together. Hold it together. Hold it together. Let's see. Let's get that that tip back on there. There we go. I want to poke myself with that. I'm going to do my best to not make an absolute mess today. But that's been proven to be fairly difficult in the past. What do we have next here? Do we have? Is this all going to be Halloween? No, not all of it. This is a big one. Holy moly. Okay. What do we got here? We got the Camp 180. Jonathan Styles, familiar with that name. AEBL on the blade with G10. So we have a large Camp fixed blade. Okay. Oh, ooh. Oh. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this very much. Oh yeah, that is good looking. What a good looking fixed blade. Camp? This makes me, I don't know anything about military or combat, but this looks a little more military combat to me than camp. The Camp 180. Okay. Yeah, I like that guard there. I think that's cool. How is this? I don't know if it's like a taper tang or, because you can see like, here's the guard, and this probably narrows up, and then it's, you know, the tang is going to be within. But it looks like, because we've got screws right here, I'm going to guess that goes through the tang. So the tang probably comes down right behind the lanyard hole. Could be a taper tang, just could be, you know, similar to what, like, K-Bar does. But this is pretty neat. I like this one. This is good looking. I want to get the sheath out on this one. They're always behind here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's not bad at all. I like that one a lot. Probably not going to be horrifically expensive. One of the better looking fixed blades that I have seen from any of these companies doing the less expensive but, you know, more quality stuff. So I like that one. That's a nice one. Good deal. Okay, next fixed blade. What do we have here? Where's my obsidian toenail? There it is. Next one looks to be another small to medium sized fixed blade. In the trash here. I'm so dedicated to not creating a mess for myself to clean up. The Beaver 2. Another beaver. It's raining beavers today. Oh my God. Stop. Stop. Here we go. Get out of there. Come on, Beaver, get out of there. We have the Grandma's Couch micarta with the orange. That's fine. I think just, I mean, like little cheap, like fairly inexpensive EDC fixed blade, right? It's not really a whole lot going on there. A lot of people ask me why I don't review fixed blades. I'll tell you why, because you can look at this. I mean, a lot of you could argue that a lot of the folding knives I review, there's not really much there, right? I mean, I do the videos of the really simple, cheap stuff so that new people have some, you know, somewhere to start and like detailed information on stuff that was probably obvious to most of us, but not obvious to them. So I do those sometimes. Fixed blades is kind of like, here it is. You know, like I mean, I know that you can go into a lot of detail, but stuff like this, at this tier, this particular tier, right? Something like this made by Kizer, there's really just not a lot to it. It's a good, I mean, it's a good product. I'm not saying it's a bad product. It's just a very basic product. There's not really a reason to go into too much detail about it, right? So, move this over here. I'm sure that people will argue with me there. No, that's perfectly fine. That's my reasoning. That and folding knives tend to be substantially more interesting to me, like inherently. But that's all based on opinion. The Defensor. Designer LF, M390 blade, stonewashed, flat brush, DLC Ultra. Ooh. Oh, yes, Kizer X Series. Yes, top hat and cane. Stand aside, citizen. Important people are coming through. I'm not sure what scene I'm setting up here. Kizer X Series. Hold on a second. What is DLC Ultra? Implication there is that it's like Super Saiyan DLC. Like, I need to know what you guys mean by that. Maybe that's on their website. This is a sort of combat style, right? It's a big DLC M390 self-defense ring dagger thing. I don't know much about this, right? This exists. I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to pretend to understand this as an item or tool or weapon. I'm not going to do, there's just, I don't have any information, any good information to give you there. So there you go. It exists and it's on the website. Now let's get into the folding knives. I'm going to put this right back, at least on the bottom here. Stay in there, guy. All right. What do we got here? God, this is going to be a long one. There's a bunch of folding knives left, guys. A bunch. So first up, the original two. I feel like, is that an oxymoron? They should have called this the original sequel. Is that, maybe that's only funny to me. I don't know. Am I getting old? Am I still funny? Probably not. S45VN blade, satin titanium handle, clutch lock. Okay. The Kizer original, I do remember. I mean, at least the name. Maybe it'll come back to me as soon as I see it. God, there's just so much stuff in here. Bags and screws and boxes. Yeah, I guess kind of. This is vaguely familiar. Very, very minimal, right? Nothing wrong with that. Jimping in two zones. We have I'm going to call that more of a trailing point. I don't know. Would you call it that? Hollow ground blade. S45VN. Very cool. Titanium scales. Probably the reason for the simplistic build is to help people get premium materials, including the blade steel and the handle materials, without going too complex into the machining, right? They allow themselves to reduce the price dramatically. So this will probably be priced very, very well for what it is. So put that one right there. Put this underneath there. There we go. And let's go on to this one here. What do we got? We have the Qual by Ben Taubert. I just don't know how to pronounce that. Qual. S45EN blade, stonewash titanium handle, frame lock. Okay. Next up. Little guy. Little guy with something special going on here for the inlays. Oh, is it crystal titanium? Good. Good. Kizer finally working with crystal titanium. Perhaps that they've done this before and I just haven't seen it. Crystal tie, I think, is something that is really cool as a frame material or an inlay material. and it's just something that we typically don't see. It's not necessarily new, but it's definitely new to the production, like the surface production knife world. So kind of allows companies to spice things up versus what they have been doing. Now, it's still just a frame lock. It's a sub frame lock, though. I actually think that's pretty cool underneath that little inlay there. So front flipper and disc opener there. Actually, that's kind of a neat one. I like that one too. I think we're doing pretty good here for these newer premium ones. Sometimes they're boring, sometimes they're not. I think these two are pretty interesting. I'll just get rid of these. Let's see. Next up, oh, do we have another themed knife? Oh, it's Boo Haunted House, Boo Pumpkin. We've got, oh, it's another original too, but this is more of a budget version. A 14C28N blade, black PVD coating, PEI handle. Okay, we're gonna go with, we got a pumpkin theme. Oh yeah, we even have a pumpkin. We've got a pumpkin lanyard bead. All right, interesting. Oh, literally Boo Haunted House. Okay, and then pumpkin bead. Okay, what do we say? What does it say on the blade? Trick or treats. All right, you know, you just want to carry a fun themed Halloween pocket knife, and you don't want to, you know, break the bank, then, you know, Kizer makes stuff like that. And I think that's kind of cool. Like making the themed, like the holiday themed stuff and like keeping it pretty much exclusively in their their lesser cost territory. I think that's cool because some people will buy a pocket knife just to have something fun and thematic to carry on a holiday, even if they're just going to throw it in a drawer for the rest of the year. Right? It's nice when companies do it with the less expensive side of their product line versus like doing the ultra expensive, right? Sometimes it's really cringy to see companies capitalize on like a meme or a holiday and then put it like on a super crazy expensive knife, like the Twisted Tea Microtech, which, is that even still there? Oh boy. Let's see here. Next, we got another Halloween special. I'm not even going to look. I'm just going to see if it's the original again. Another. Or is it the one that looks like a coffin? Yeah. Okay. Kind of cool, though. I kind of like this one. I feel like this one's going to be a little more popular. What happened to the box? There it is. This also comes with the pumpkin bead. This is The Tomb by Bradley Diaz. Okay. Perfect. Awesome theme there. So this is the polycarbonate, probably, or is this what are they calling this? Acrylic, okay. Transparent, and then we have the sort of green skeleton underneath. We have the purple pivot there, and then this is both a front flipper and a you can just use the button and whip it out if you want to. But a simple blade, right? Straightforward. Got the little skull on one side, trick or treat. But the handle is definitely super cool. I really like that. I feel like that one's gonna go pretty quick. Doing the acrylic handles that are see-through and then doing some cool design underneath, some sort of thematic thing underneath, is a really, really good idea. So yeah, yes to that one. That's fun. Moving on here, do we have another Halloween knife? These are kind of, you know, obviously everything's kind of hit and miss here as far as the UTI Bear, or the utility. We probably shouldn't call it the UTI Bear. It's the utility bear or the drop bear, right? 50 Shiva. Oh, it's, well, okay, because they're razor blades, right? PVD coating, acrylic handle. Okay, come on. Here we go. Is this the new one with the quick release that I never got to handle? I feel like I've got the last one of these they did was a Star Wars themed one. Oh boy, yeah, that's kind of cool too. Hold on. I believe. Can I figure this out? Oh, it's slippery. Bippity boppity boo! Magic! I figured it out immediately and totally didn't cut the video and mess with it for 5 minutes. So it's this orange tab right here. You just push really hard on it, and then it allows the blade to, you know, release. So we can click it back into place if I can do this without injuring myself. The problem is that there's oil on this this blade here, so my hands are just a little bit slippery. Let's find something to wipe this off. I appreciate that we have a system that is allowing us to, there it goes, like that, and then it should, there we go, click right back into place. So essentially you're pushing down here, and this moves this over and allows the blade to come back out. There's a lot holding it in though, so it's a quick release system that's kind of quick release. It allows you to do it without screws. There's a little bit of fiddling here, so just be careful if you're going to do it. But yeah, okay, that's kind of neat. Trick or treats, and you got the little razor blade, and then there's a spider over there because, you know, spiders, despite being a, you know, pretty much everything but winter type of creature, at least here in Kansas, we really seem to acknowledge their presence during Halloween. And there seem to be less of them during Halloween, at least around here. Okay. I don't know why I'm delving into the curiosities of the spider presence during Halloween. Next up, we have the dodo. Gettiman Nitro V blade, black stonewashed. Okay, let's see what we got here. I tried to not make a mess. I definitely did. So is this going to be a little karambit? Usually not my favorite style of knife, right? Okay, simple, almost hawksbill cleaver karambit. Got the little opening hole there. What do we have for the blade material? Yeah, Nitro V. A little bit of Tetris themed, kind of Tetris-y, maybe not. Digi camo, but just black, or whatever the pattern is. Karambit ring. Okay, I mean, if you're into that, then great, it exists. Probably not something that I'm going to keep or review, but that's okay. And then, is this our last one? This might actually be the last knife. What do we got here? We have the original 2, again, budget version, 14C28N, and I think it said aluminum. So if you want the original, you just don't want to pay S45EN and titanium prices, they also make this, oh, and in Tanto, they make it in 14C28N and aluminum. So you'll have your premium version and you'll have your non-premium version. Both are great, right? One's just going to have the more premium blade. Okay, I believe we have gotten through every single one of these. No, we have not. We have one more. Please be Halloween. Yes. All right. I can feel it. This is going to be the coolest Halloween knife. The Little Grand. Oh, I think this is just a little slip joint, but that's fine. Wait, what was the materials? Nitro V. So this is going to be a budget Little Grand. A little Halloween guy. I'll try to keep all those lanyard beads in there. I'll have to do like a Halloween live stream giveaway. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Carbon fiber. Maybe, does that say aluminum maybe? Aluminum and carbon fiber. Yeah, little slip joint. Just a little subtle Halloween, right? That's fine. That's cool. Probably not one that needs a full review though. Okay, lots of fun stuff from Kizer. Definitely the winner of the bunch here is the fixed blade. This is really cool, especially considering it's probably not super expensive. Also a big fan of the coffin knife. I think that's fun, and I also really like, well, this design in particular is kind of, you know, whatever. I like the fact that Kizer is working with crystal tie now. I'm sure that that'll make certain models down the road super interesting. All of this stuff will be linked probably directly to the Kizer website. I'll have the link go to sort by newest so that you guys can see all of this on the same page. But that's going to be it for me today. So thanks so much to Kizer for sending all this in. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.